6 mana cost first, Big Dung Beetle. In other names, Xer'sai Dunebreaker. 6 mana 3/6 with Overwhelm. Let's assume you're attacking on evens. You attack on mana 2, on mana 4. And let's say you play that 2 mana cost card that attacked randomly. Okay? Best case scenario, this dude is gonna be like a 6/6 when you drop him, and 7/6 when he attacks. It's like best case scenario. So on turn 2 you attacked, this got buffed because it's in your deck. Or your hand or wherever. If you had a Lurker on top. On turn 4 you attack, he got buffed again. He drops on turn 6 as a 5/6. He attacks and you got lucky again. You hit Allegiance 3 times in a row and this is a 6/6. And if you had those 2 cost cards, maybe... Okay, I have an opinion. This card is gonna be good if the Lurk archetype is good. Because you need finishers. Up till now, we've seen a lot of annoying lurking units that have bad stats and don't hit face. They just get chump blocked nonstop. You need a finisher in a Lurk deck. Like, what are you going to finish with? The only way to finish is have a unit that hits for Overwhelm to face. I'm thinking like mana 10, mana 12. I don't even know. Like, when is... Like, let's say this drops on mana 9. And this guy's like a 10 attack Overwhelm for 6 on mana 9. I mean, you need a finisher, right? So... Up till now, I think this card might see play in a Lurk archetype just because that's the only Overwhelm we've seen so far. We might simply need it. Is there a mechanic to send cards deeper into your deck, the opposite of predict? Well, theoretically, there's a shuffle mechanic where you can shuffle them randomly deeper into your deck, but it's random. There's no way to really like put it downwards, per se. Careful Preparations is the next card to cover. 3 mana, overcomplicate our lives. That's what this card does. It complicates our lives, chat. I read... Listen. I read what this card does yesterday. I don't remember. And that's not because my memory sucks, chat. That's because nobody remembers what this card does. Okay? Nobody remembers what this card does. I read it yesterday. And it's like, what? Careful Preparations. It's a burst 3 mana cost card. To play... Place a card from your hand into your deck. Predict. Then create a copy of the chosen card in hand. Okay, explain to me why they had to complicate it so much. Why couldn't it literally just be predict? And then second line, place a copy of your card in your hand into the deck. I mean, I no comprende. Listen, the worst part is not even exact copy. It's just copy. Pick a card in your hand. Oh, listen. Pick a card in your hand. Create a copy in your deck. Predict. Just put predict afterwards. Is that what the card does? Okay, so am I lost? What does the card do, chat? Make a copy of the predicted card, not the... Wait, what? Oh! Of the predicted card. Oh! That's so much better, dude! Oh! Listen, chat, I knew all along. Again, this is one of my famous tests, chat. It was one of my famous tests to see where you guys were at. And some of you passed, but a lot of you didn't. A lot of you said this card sucks when I was explaining it. But good job on those who passed the test. My famous, at this point, Skamaz worked like a charm. If you skip, you don't get anything. Interesting. All right, let's try this again. To play, place a card from your hand into your deck. Predict, then create a copy of the chosen card in your hand. That's really cool. It does suck. No, that's really cool, dude. First of all, you can go bomb into bomb. You can predict the bomb, and then play the bomb. It draws a bomb, you play a bomb. Like, that's kind of cool. Second of all, it can reshuffle a card that you want for later game, but you don't want it right now, right? For example, it reshuffles a Rummage early game. And then you predict the TF. It draws into TF. It's really cool. I like it. There's a lot of cool things you can do here. When skip, you get nothing. You don't get a card draw. It's a -1 card. No, it's not. It's -3 mana. You play a card and you draw a card, basically, with this. It's a 3 mana predict that also draws you a card. Listen, it's not that bad. Yeah, okay, so you create, exactly. Same thing. You guys know what I'm saying. It's a net 0 card. You gain, or your hand size stays the same. Guys, you play this card and your hand size stays the same. But you get to turn this into an actual useful card. Plus, you get to predict. And you get to multiply some card to get a 4th copy. For example, imagine just this on like Marauders. Getting a 4th Marauder is kind of spicy. It's really good in decks that want to have specific copies of cards. This with Mistwraith, this is kind of cool. How is it -1, chat? What am I missing here? Oh, you're right. I gotta shuffle a card to my deck. Okay, never mind. I take it all back. It sucks. It's -1. Okay, you're right, chat. You're right. You're absolutely correct. We passed again. You did? Yes, you did, chat. Even I can't pretend that was twice in a row. Listen, I might have my math was a little bit off. It's a cool card. I have to admit, I kind of like it. Is it going to be strong? It could be in some decks. In all honesty, this is really just good with Kahiri, right? You really want to put Kahiri back in your deck. You really don't want him to be in your hand. Or, for example, you really don't want certain cards from, like, War Mother's Call to be in your hand. Like, you don't want Tryndamere in your hand if you're running War Mother's Call. There's a couple of cards I could see this being okay with. In general, if you have a strategy of, like, if you want a card to stay in your deck. Kahiri War Mother is back. I mean, all memes aside, it's a lot better with this card. Like, this card is actually kind of meh, but still kind of interesting for Kahiri decks. Even Kahiri's in the art. Oh, wait, is that Kahiri? There's no way. Karma likes this. Very good point. Karma does like this. Because you only discard 1 card, but you get 2 copies of said card. So this is a really cool Karma card. That's a very good idea. That's very smart. You guys, I've talked about Karma Shurima before. And the problem with Karma Shurima is that Shurima region has no good spells for Karma at mana 10. This is actually a decent spell for Karma level 10. Like, it's not a game-winning spell, but it's kind of decent. Predict 2? Yes, probably. But I'm not even sure. I think the predict sometimes bugs out if you double predict with Karma, and it gives you the exact same prediction. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. It's not Star Shaping, though. Yeah, because Star Shaping gives you, like, a double copy. So I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and think. I've seen Star Shaping, like, give me the exact same options twice in a row, in the exact same order. But, yeah, I love the ideas behind this. I think this could be really cool. Maybe even, like, a Karma Zillion deck. Because Zillion does like to be an Ionium. So, what about a Karma Zillion deck? I don't know. Karma is really good with the 0-cost card, draw 2 champions. I mean, mana 10 Karma draws 2 champs is amazing. Oh, but then again, you do lose 2 mana crystals, which is not so amazing. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Overall, a lot of cool options with this. A lot of cool possibilities. I like it. I like this card. You know what? I don't even care if it's a strong or weak card. It opens up options. It gives you deck building options. And that's all I ever ask for. All right. Feral Prescience. 0 mana cost predict. Prescience? Listen, if it was Prescience, it would have a dash, you papayas. Feral Prescience. I mean, it's good with Lurkers. Sort of. You kind of really want to make sure Lurkers on your top deck. It's good with Fizz, because it's 0-cost burst. Is Lurker Fizz a thing? I doubt it. I mean, Fizz, actually, wait a second. Wait a second. If we're being honest with ourselves, the other Lurker card we saw was in Bilgewater. Let's not kid ourselves here. Bilgewater was the second Lurker region. That means Lurker Fizz might actually be a thing. And Lurkers are aggro. Keep that in mind. Lurkers are an aggro archetype. And this is a great Fizz card. Like, it's way better than Warning Shot. It does more than Warning Shot does. So Lurker Fizz? Maybe. Doesn't matter that Fizz is not a Lurker, you absolute papaya. Fizz also has Rally. He does, but Rally doesn't really do that much for Lurkers because Lurk, unfortunately, is once per turn max. If there were a minion that gave you the card, that it will be amazing. True. Why is better than Warning Shot because it gives you consistency in your deck for the cards you need to draw. As long as your deck has a lot of draw, and Bilgewater has a decent amount, I think this could be cool. You can rally on defense with what? What card rallies on defense, brother? Except for Mr. Orange Man. Listen, that's the only card. The Fizz card requires for you to attack to rally. So, anyway. It's cool. It might be useful for, like, I don't know, dude. Kahiri decks? I hate to say it. Like a really slow Kahiri deck. So, here's the thing. If you're playing a very slow deck with a lot of expensive cards, you really don't need as much card draw. Why? Well, because you never run out of cards in your hand. If, like, 3 cards in your hand are all, like, 8 mana above, you're never going to run out of cards. So, this isn't that bad. Because, yeah. Maybe Kahiri Warmother could make this work. I want to make Kahiri Warmother work. I have a real big problem, though, with the fact that I can never predict Kahiri. But hey, you never know. And the really cool thing is Kahiri Warmother can beat Watcher. Because it always shuffles a Watcher back in your deck. You play Kahiri... Sorry, it always shuffles a Kahiri back in your deck. You play Kahiri after they attack, you have 2 Kahiris all of a sudden. You just draw Kahiri right after. Like, Kahiri Warmother on it... This is how it works, chat. As long as you have a Kahiri in your hand, you should be able to... Can you infinitely shuffle it? I'm not sure if you can. Yes, you can. Wait. Yeah, you infinitely shuffle Kahiris. Do you? Wait. Ooh, I'm not sure anymore. How does this work? So you have a Warmother summoning a Kahiri every turn, but it always gives you back a Kahiri. Yeah, it does. It works every time. Every time. You will never get decked out if you have Warmothers and Kahiri in your hand. In your deck, sorry. Because it copies it every time it summons it. No, 100%. Listen. Watch it. Chat! This is your deck. Warmother's Call has been activated. Okay? Deck. Board. Let's say they have a Watcher. Evil Watcher attacks. Boom! Deck obliterated. But you have a Kahiri in your hand, okay? You got a Kahiri in your hand. So, next, you play Kahiri, right? You take the Kahiri, you play it on board. Boom! What happens? A Kahiri pops into the deck. Now, all of a sudden, your deck is no longer dead. Your deck has 1 card.
If you play the 2-cost fish on the enemy
you got
turn
1 card in your deck.
Spell it, you get a very expensive rally.
Start of your turn, what happens? You draw, your Warmother pops. Boom! It summons a Kahiri. Okay? Your Warmother summons a Kahiri, which makes a copy of a Kahiri in your deck, and you draw the Kahiri. So now you have a Kahiri in hand. Okay? And you have 0 cards left. You play the Kahiri. And now you have... It copies the Kahiri into the deck. You have 1 Kahiri in your deck all of a sudden. Okay? KKK. Okay, listen, chat. Listen! Get your minds out of the gutter, dude! That's... I'm literally getting canceled. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, chat! Jesus Christ. Something's wrong with you guys. Something's wrong with you, chat. I'm out of here. So then you draw... You play it. You get a Kahiri board. No, wait. No, wait. Plays, you draw. I think you need 2 Warmothers at all times. Wait. Yes. I think you need 2 Warmothers calls to be played to beat Watcher. I'm not sure anymore. Doesn't Warmother summon the Kahiri first? 1 Warmothers works, but you need to play Kahiri every turn. Yeah, but you draw Kahiri every turn as well. But then they obliterate your deck after you play it. Because they're not going to open attack because you have 0 cards in your deck. But if you have 2 Warmothers, what happens then? It's the same as 1 Warmothers? I don't know, dude. Doesn't matter. I think it's worth playing in a Kahiri deck. Alright. Last but not least, I don't even have to count for this. This is the last card to talk about. We have Xer'sai Caller. I mean, is it just me or does this card really suck? Oh, it predicts. Never mind. I just saw this. It actually predicts. Okay, I didn't see the predict, guys. I thought it was just a base 2-3. My bad. With predict, okay. It's not horrible. Did you see the bikini grappler from latest video intro? No. I'll get right to you, subs. I need to see something really quick. If you're in a bathing suit, and I kind of am down for that. I kind of want to. Oh my god, she's on. You're so lucky I was forced to see Ricardo Grappler right before this, which desensitized me to anything else. That I'm not going to ban you on the spot.